Hey guys, Joe here. Thanks so much for checking out my latest video. We've been talking about outcomes and how important the design of those outcomes are for your overall day, your week, your month, your year, your life. Making those definitions your definitions, not somebody else's definitions. Okay. And we're talking about who we let into our lives and saying no. And those are just so important to make those defined, make them clear, and using our intuition to know when we're not supposed to be doing something, and know we're on the right track, and knowing when to say yes to things and knowing when to say no, and being comfortable with saying no, and even be comfortable with saying yes to things, and just knowing that we're living a life through our definitions, through the design that we've created. And somebody asked me the other day, they said, how do you find the time? How do you find the time to do this stuff? And how do you find the time to design this plan, every day, every week, every month? And I'm here to answer that question of it's not easy. It's not easy to do that. It's not easy to find the time. But I will say, when I was sitting on the emergency room bed in the hospital, I had all the time in the world. And I had to think about it in that moment and say, man, I have this amazing wife. I have an amazing business partner. I'm about to be a dad. I have a successful business, and I'm taking this all for granted. And I'm sitting here in an emergency room bed, stressed out, burned out. I had no clue what was going on. I didn't know if I was having a panic attack, an anxiety attack, whatever you want to call it, a heart attack. I had no idea what I was having. I was messed up. That's all I knew. Something was wrong. I could tell you that 100%. But in the clarity that followed afterwards, and realizing that I declined about 6 or 7 or 8 calls while I was sitting there, I could decline those calls. I could say no to those calls. And, I had plans later on that night. I had to cancel those plans. I had to say no then, but I didn't say no when it mattered. I didn't set boundaries when it mattered. And, I couldn't take the time to, drink enough water during the day or eat a decent meal during the day. And, my health was affected, and like, how short-sighted of me to not make that plan. So I resolved, in the time following that, to always make the time to plan life the way that I wanted to plan it. And it's been a practice over the last 6 years, and it's still a practice today. Do I get it right every single day? No way. But that's part of success, is, being on the journey, of this person that I'm becoming, and the person that I want to see you becoming. You're here watching me, because you see the value. You see the value in creating a life of joy, peace, happiness, and freedom. And I know that you don't want to stress, overwhelm, and burn yourself out. I know that. You're here. You're showing up for this. And I could tell you, I had the time. I always had the time. It was always there. But maybe I was too busy scrolling on Facebook and Instagram. My friend and mentor Walt would call it doom scrolling. And I love that term that he created, because it creates such a picture, right? Doom scrolling. What are we scrolling towards? What's the point? Why are we on Facebook? Why are we on Instagram so long? Why do we spend so much time there? What's the excuse we've told ourselves of why we're not creating the time for ourselves? It's our time. It's our life. We get to choose how to spend it. So I want to encourage you to, use your time wisely. Another simple tip, but it's these little simple tips every single day that will change our lives. I promise you, they will get us towards that life that we desire, and the outcomes that we desire. So we'll talk more about, time in the next few videos, and time is so important. It's so precious. So talk to you on the next video. Okay, talk soon.